Dylan Baddour covers Texas for Inside Climate News, and an article of his that also appeared in the Texas Tribune caught our eye today, and in fact it is now on our website. We contacted Dylan and he agreed to spend a few minutes with us here this evening. And Dylan, let me just jump in here by reading the headline on the article I referenced. It says, Corpus Christi sold its water to Exxon, gambling on desalination. So far it is a losing bet. Now, you've spent a lot of time here in Corpus Christi drawing that conclusion, so what's behind it?
Sure. 5 years ago, city leaders committed 25 million gallons a day to Exxon to build Gulf Coast Growth Ventures, its large plastic plant there. 6 days after they signed that agreement, actually after Exxon accepted that agreement, the city filed an application with the state for state funding to support the desalination development program. Now, initially, they determined that one desal plant had to be running on Corpus Christi Bay by the start of 2023 to meet the industrial demands that were scheduled to come online, including Exxon right there. But as many of your viewers know, desalination has been delayed for many years over concerns about the potentially devastating effects it could have on Corpus Christi Bay. And now, as 2023 approaches, the plans remain years away from realization. Yet Exxon this year did begin to draw water, putting the city in a pretty tight bind.
Now, both the city and the Port of Corpus Christi vigorously pursuing desal, but environmentalists and others wonder at what cost. Do you think they have a strong argument here?
I do think they have a strong argument. The salinity in Corpus Christi Bay has been rising for 100 years. The oysters in Nueces Bay disappeared in the 1930s because salinity was too high. Fresh water from the Nueces River was being held back. In the 1990s, the shrimp disappeared. Similar reason, high salinity because less fresh water entering. The current proposals for 5 desalination plants on Corpus Christi Bay would discharge up to 200 million gallons per day of hypersaline brine into the water. Corpus Christi Bay being a protected, stagnant, shallow body of water, that brine is going to build up, and the high salinity will have very big impacts on the reproductive cycles of all kinds of marine wildlife that depend on the bays for reproduction.
Well, we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on that. I know you will in your reporting. Again, we encourage people to go to our website and take a look at that article, and they can kind of judge for themselves. Dylan, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Great interview.